Yo, what's up? I'm Nick.
Alex.
Welcome to Nick and Alex. 今日はちょっとなんか日本の文化のギャップについて話したいと思います。はい。今日はまあ水商売とかまあエロとかそういう話をするんですけど、it seems that like sexuality has been a subject of contradiction.
Yeah, certainly.
Since, hundreds of years ago in Japan, right?
Well, in a way, it seems that it was less contradictory hundreds of years ago because,
than it is now.
If you look at Tale of Genji, for example.
まあそうだね。Genji とか読むとね。But when you read Genji, there's no actual like explicit scenes involving sex.
No, but everyone knows what it's about. Like they spend the night together and they were kataru. So.
まあまあそうだね。源氏物語で語るはまあ一緒に寝るってことですね。Yeah. But I mean, when you go to like say like the Edo period or something like that, even like Edo ukiyo-e and stuff like that, that was highly regulated by
the government.
Yeah, by the government.
Yeah, but at the same time, like the pleasure, like Yoshiwara,
そうだね。
it was like a big thing.
Yeah, but it's funny because 皆さん知ってます？もともと歌舞伎は女性だったんですよ。男じゃなくてで、it was like a commercial for 風俗。もともと歌舞伎は風俗の CM だったんですよ。で、大名がとか将軍がそれを気づいて、じゃあ歌舞伎は女性出ちゃダメってなって、and then it became like children, right?
It did.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I think the same thing happened.
Seems so.
Yeah, and then it became all men, like it is today. But I mean, the pleasure quarters and stuff like that in Japanese history has always been somewhere where lots of people go, but has also been like looked down upon,
I mean, how much was it looked down upon? I'm not sure. Certainly it was like placed outside of, the main, the center of Tokyo.
Yeah.
But I think it was normal to say that you're going to those places and you would probably, a lot of people would brag about being, the playboy, right?
でも今でもそうじゃん。例えばyou can't, 例えば日本で本番をやるのは犯罪。You can't actually do the act, but 風俗 and soapland, all of that's legal. So it's very, you think like, can't you just decide on one or the other or something like that? You know what I mean?
Oh, the boundaries are very vague, right?
Yeah. The boundaries are really vague. It's really interesting. Or another thing, just kind of to go off topic, is how in AV とかはね、mosaic, they censor it. And I don't know if you guys have heard this, but I've heard that by censoring it, it makes you even more like sexual.
That's interesting.
本当に見たい部分を見えないから余計ムラムラするみたいな。Yeah.
どうかな?
No, I think so. There's been books written about it before. Yeah. But what do you think is like, the source of this like, contradiction type of thing?
Well, it's especially these times, I feel like it's kind of a part that is not talked about. So like, you wouldn't really hear Japanese people, openly discussing something like this in a, even friendly conversation. So I guess like because
Well, you don't hang around with guys. So 結構男と一緒に飲むと話が変わるよね。Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe I'm wrong then, but I just felt like it's maybe... Well, it feels more repressed than it is in the West and probably than in the States.
It feels more repressed in some ways, but not in other ways.
Yeah, and that's why it kind of seeps into the culture.
そう、それ面白いんだよな。Yeah, like, for instance, like a lot of repressive things in the States have to do with religion that Japan doesn't have, you know what I mean? Yeah.
It's true. So, same for Europe.
Yeah.
But
if you look at even religion in Japan, like I don't know, Edo 時代, Kamakura 時代, Muramachi 時代, even like the priests and stuff were like, in the Buddhist temples were, dressing boys up as girls and stuff like that, So it's, and it wasn't like something that was really hidden, like it's in the literature of the time.
Well, technically they said, I mean, it depends, right? Remember, if it's like an older text, there would be sort of idea that, you shouldn't really spend, make an effort and do something in this floating world or like insignificant world.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you
yeah.
should, just become a monk and don't eat fish, don't do things.
Yeah, but then you read literature where even poking fun at the monks eating fish and doing all this
that
stuff.
came a bit later.
Yeah, that came a bit later. Yeah, that's true. But I wonder if it's ever, do you ever think they're gonna make, 例えばその本番を, or they're gonna make it all legal, or they're gonna get rid of the censorship and stuff like that?
I mean, maybe in like 100 years.
Yeah, I'm not even like, this isn't a video where it's like for or against it. We're just kind of talking about it but I'm trying to think of what purpose censoring that has.
Well, the question is what purpose does censorship generally have, right?
Yeah, does it stop perverse thoughts, you think?
Certainly doesn't.
No,
but
it doesn't.
I think a lot of people think that it does, and that's why censorship exists. But
I
don't think it actually helps. And I think actually having that kind of somewhere to direct that, energy is actually better than, not having anything around you.
Well, repressing the energy, like, just builds it up,
Yeah, exactly. So it's better to have, this anime or this manga, and then you just kind of direct it there rather than, going on the street and, violating someone.
Yeah. I'd say it's just as repressed in the States, actually, to tell you the truth. I'm sure it's repressed in Russia, too, as well.
Russia...
Is prostitution legal in Russia? I can't imagine it is. No way.
Probably not.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
so it's about the same. The way it manifests in Japan is just really interesting because it on the surface, Japan looks like, this extremely pure, like, none of that type of stuff. But then at nighttime, you go to, like, Kabukicho and it's, like, in your face. Like, and even, hentai no manga とかそういう it's even more extreme than...
Yeah, that's the interesting part because it's like it's so extreme. It's really famous in the
West,
right?
そうだね。
That's how we know about
そう、
Japan.
日本のエロはめっちゃ有名じゃん。その海外に皆さん知ってます。Yeah. So anyway, I guess this is like a philosophical conversation with no 結論がない。Yeah, but it's just an interesting aspect. 皆さんはどう思います？日本のその like the erotic world of Japan. What do you think about the contradictions and the gaps? You can write it in the comments. Okay, bye.